Hi everybody, this is Math 121 Intermediate Algebra. This is section 14787 online format from May 27 to July 17. So welcome to our summer math journey. My name is Victor Micheli. I'm a retired captain of the Venezuelan Navy. I have a bachelor degree in naval science. I have a specialization in information system, master degree in business management, master degree in system engineering, PhD in management science, and here you have my email just in case you're gonna need it. victor.micheli@cgc.edu. So again, welcome to our summer math journey. You've enrolled in an accelerated intermediate algebra course, which means we will be covering a full 16-week semester of content in just 8 weeks. So this is a fast-paced course, but with the right mindset and habits, you absolutely will succeed. If this course were conducted in person, it would be scheduled for 50 clock hours, and you should expect to commit at least 100 additional hours. That is 150 hours total for starting and completed assignments. If you're not to be prepared to dedicate at least this time to this course, you may want to reconsider your enrollment. And of course, because this is a summer course, you will have some challenges. First, very fast pace. The same content as the 16-week is packed into just 8 weeks. This means more hours of work per week and little room to fall behind. Less time to absorb concepts, because remember that math requires regular practice with a tighter schedules. There's less time to fully digest and master each topic. Heavy workload, you have to spend, as I said before, a lot of time out of this course, out of your computer. If you are not organized or tend to procrastinate, it's easy to fall behind and hard to catch up. There's flexibility if life happens, so a single missed week or a single missed day due to whatever, let's say illness, travel, or personal issues, can severely affect your progress. Higher stress, the pace can be intense, and staying on top of everything requires good time management and emotional resilience. So remember, you have to face those challenges in this summer course. The way to communicate with me, that would be using Canvas, inbox within Canvas. You know where is it in Canvas, okay? If Canvas is down, you could use my CGC email, victor.micheli@cgc.com. Okay, my turnaround will be under 24 hours, except Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I also wanna check the emails those days, but the response is gonna be a little more. It's gonna take a little more time. Okay. So be patient during the weekends. First of all, you have to go to the Concourse syllabus located on top of the left corner in your Canvas course. Here, this Concourse syllabus will guide you to this course and contains what you will need to know about everything about this course, such as policies, rules and regulations, recommended texts, schedules. Everything you're going to see in this presentation is on the Concourse syllabus. Attendance, very important again. Students are expected to participate in every week, every day by accessing modules on Canvas, reviewing the dynamic PowerPoint lectures and support materials, completing check your understanding activities, and submitting all assignments, including the discussion questions, quizzes, and exams. This is very important because if you have 2 absences, okay, those are considered excessive and may lead to withdraw from the course. Non-activity includes not logging into Canvas, not engaging with assignments, or online sessions. If you have any issue about this, please let me know. Okay, through the week, you're expected to engage with dynamic PowerPoint presentation. I'm gonna explain what is this, support materials, participate in discussions, and complete and submit all assignments, including discussion questions, quizzes, and exams. Okay, this is one example of the support materials you're gonna find in any topic. Okay, and this is some example of the dynamic PowerPoint presentation. You will have this PowerPoint presentation, you click in this corner, and the presentation is gonna open. So read this carefully. Click once at a time inside the slide, to see the animations step by step. So you could see some animation, and that is going to be much better to understand all the lectures. You're also going to have in the support materials access to some videos. This is an example of one of the assignment discussion questions, example of the quiz, online quiz, and example of the online exams. This course will deal with the linear, exponential, quadratic, power, rational, and radical equation, radical functions, and the application, and also the study of their own graph. Okay, the graph I mean with the rational function, the radical function, quadratic function, exponential function, and so on. We will cover this course in 4 units. Okay, here you can see what we're gonna deal in those units. And after each unit, we're gonna have online exams. So that means we're gonna have 4 online exams. We will use Canvas as a third-party tool to access all the presentations. For example, here you will have access to the PowerPoint presentation. Here you will have access to the support materials, text and videos. And here you have access to the check your understanding activity, some exercises. Is my advice for you to solve in order to practice. Textbook, we're not going to list any book because we're going to use open educational resources available in this course and available, of course, in the internet. Each module has page of support materials where you can find text and videos, and of course you're free to use whatever open educational resources you want. About the calculator, you can use whatever calculator you wanted to use. One recommended it was the Texas Instrument, but the best of the best is Desmos. You can find Desmos for free in internet, in the Google Play Store, and in the Apple Store. But the point here is that whatever graphing calculator you're going to use, you should know how to use it. And there is a lot of video tutorials in YouTube about how to use whatever you're going to choose. As I said before, the best of the best is Desmos. Assignments. We're going to have discussion questions. Weekly, we're going to have discussion questions. So you will benefit really by leveraging the vast experience everyone has in this course by participating in these discussion questions. Okay, so here you will have to answer and reply to the question posed on the discussion question board with a substantive original pose. So here you're going to have one problem, and you will have to answer this problem in a substantive original pose. I'm going to explain in a moment what is this. And then when you finish to answer your question, you will read the discussion post of your classmate to get a sense of the variety of perspective and viewpoints of a particular topic, as well as to build community and interaction in this course. Okay, so all modules have discussion questions and will be graded with a rubric. Substantive original post. So if you answer the question correctly, you will have 9 points, and you will have 3 points for each substantive reply to your classmate. That the maximum point will be 15 points. So what is a substantive post? So something that demonstrates an understanding of the mathematical concepts and provides an explanation rather than just making a simple statement about the topic. Something that demonstrates deeper or broader thought about a topic rather than just rewarding what is in the textbook. Something that is encouraged for the discussion and ongoing dialogue, and so on. Okay, so you solve your problem. This is one example of the grades in the first assignment in the Concord syllabus. Look, we have here 0 out of 10. We have 0, and for the discussion question, look, we have here 9 points, 11 points, 0 points. Maybe 0 points did not submit anything. 9 points because maybe he submitted the substantive post, but not the substantive replies. Those 13 points because that wasn't a good substantive replies. 11, but this one, 15 points, perfect. Okay, remember again what is a substantive post. Okay, and I'm going to give you some examples of substantive post and what is not, substantive post reply. And okay, so for example, substantive post reply, the problem deals with solving a function. So somebody said to Karen, hey, I think what Karen wants to say is that when solving a function that deals with solving the function, your goal is to find the values of the variable that makes the equation true and typically involves algebraically and so on. About inverse functions. So Paul, you're right about the inverse function. It's always great to remember that essentially does undoes the effect of the original function. So here they made the point that they know what they are doing and they are giving some more information about those topics. For instance, in economics, the domain, so this with the domain could represent different levels of production and so on. This is a good example of substantive pre-reply, but not a substantive pre-replies like this one. We got most of the same answer, where if I understand inverse function, so how did you get the positive answer? That doesn't say anything about this topic. I appreciate your post after looking at your work. I think I have better understanding that doesn't say anything. I thank you so much. Hi, thank you so much for the posting of the explanation of inverse function. You help me to understand whatever is here. Okay, so be really very careful about substantive peer replies. Look at this one. I love how descriptive sum of your answer. We have a lot of the same answer. Doesn't say anything. Another kind of assignment we're going to have are quizzes. So every week we're going to have also a quiz, an online quiz. All modules will include quizzes, which will be conducted through Canvas as a third-party tool. In those quizzes, look at the examples of the grades in quiz 1, another course of course, 85, we have 25, we have 45, we had 60, and we had 0 no submission, okay, and we have also 100. How do I grade these quizzes? Okay, for example, this is one situation where the correct answer is 90. Okay, and the answer in this guy gave me 90 millions because they state that the answer should be in millions. So this is a typo issue. So if you have any correct but has some kind of typo issue, do not worry. I will give you the full credit. Okay. And I also gonna give you the comments for this answer. If you have a wrong answer like in this one, so the correct answer is 7.4 and you're gonna give me 1 million and something. Okay. If your answer is wrong, I'll give you the chance to fix it, but you will have to solve it in a paper and post it in the quiz comments box right away. And I will give you full credit. Okay, everything should be done before the due date. Okay, and I'm also gonna give you the feedback for those answers. Okay. This is one example of the quiz box. Online exams. We're going to have 4 online exams and it will be taken using Respondus lockdown browser. Okay, so for example here, online exam number 1 requires Respondus lockdown browser and webcam. But don't worry, you're gonna have all the instructions for the exam, all the informations. You're gonna have to answer a quiz practice. You have a forum for a forum question for written exam. Okay, and then when you finish with your exam, you will have to post or to submit your exam in this page, not here, but in this one. Each of the 4 exams will be comprehensive and will cover material from previous units. Again, exam number 1 for unit 1, exam number 2 from unit 2, etc. And the final exam, there will be a cumulative final exam which must be taken in person at Pecos campus. The date, time, and classroom will be announced later. This is very important. In person, the final exam. There's no excuse. I have to go to Kentucky. I have an injury in I have a problem with my car. Sorry. In person. Okay? If you have any kind of issue, please let me know as soon as possible. Okay? In person, the final exam. Check your understanding. Okay? Each topics will have check your understanding activities. So those are some extra exercises designed for you to practice. They are for your benefit and will not be collected. If you want not be collected, it's not going to be graded. If you want to be successful on the exam and quizzes, it is in your best interest to work through these materials. Here, for example, check your understanding. You click in your check your understanding. You will have the activity in the PDF form. You can solve it by yourself for your own. And here you will have the solution just in case you need the solution and video about the solution. Okay? Great. Procrastination. This is another important thing. Try to avoid the procrastination. So most of the assignments are due Sunday 11:30. So try to work during the week, not, let's say, Sunday 10 p.m. So try to pace yourself through the week and try to avoid this procrastination. All assignments have a specific due day. Most of them are Sunday 11:30. Please try not to be late, because late assignments will have the minimum grade, which is 0. Okay, so try to manage your time. And if you have any problem, please let me know, of course. Your final grade will be determined by the performance of the following assessment. Discussion question will have 10%, quizzes 10%, online exam 60, final exam 20, for a total of 100. This is percentage of overall grade. Okay, rating from A to F. Student withdrawing will receive a W or Y. W will not affect your GPA, and Y means fail. To get an A from 89.5 to 100, B 79.5 to 89, and so on. And the pass is C, the minimum grade. Okay, in order to succeed here again, you will need a computer with an internet connection, the ability to create a single PDF file. This is important because when you solve your online exams using lockdown browser, you have to solve your exam in a piece of paper, and then when you finish, you have to take pictures and create a single PDF file, and this is what you're going to submit. Single, so that's why you need to create single PDF files, and I post some links about this one, and you can find a tutoring about this one. Okay, access to Canvas, access to Desmos or any graphing calculator, respond to lockdown browser. If you have to go in advance to learn something about respond to lockdown browser, that would be a good idea. And you should be comfortable using your own calculator. Tips for college success. Access to Canvas, submit your assignments, try to find enough time to study reading, writing, and researching. Ask your professor if you have certain issues. Establish a support material with or study groups with your peers. Find the best balance. This is important. Find the best balance between your academic workload and personal responsibilities, such as work or family. Familiarize yourself with both internal and external resources, and try to find some help just in case you need it. Honesty and integrity. You have to deal with cheating. I know that you're not going to have problem with this. And plagiarism. But anyway, be careful with this. Artificial intelligence in math. In this class, all submitted work must be your own. Using generative artificial intelligence tools to complete assignment is not allowed and will be considered academic misconduct. Remember, we as professors know when we have some tools to find if students use artificial intelligence or not. So if you solve those problems using artificial intelligence, this can lead you to serious consequences, including a falling grade or withdrawal from the course. So please be careful. Okay? Withdrawing from the course, you can withdraw by yourself, or you can withdraw asking me to do it. Okay? So those are two important dates, June 2nd 2025 is the refund date, just in case you're going to say, okay, this summer course is not for me, 8 weeks is going to be tough. So June 2nd is the refund date. And June 17 is the deadline for students to withdraw with a warranty W. After this, if you want to withdraw, you will get an Y, which is failing. Remember also that you have the help of the tutoring center. You can go in person or you can go online to get some help from the tutoring center. Here you have the link in order to go to visit the tutoring center online. I will do my best for you to succeed. I will be available when you need me, of course, depending on the time. And I can also would be available during some weekends, but remember, we have families, okay? Expectation of a student to attend every module, to go to Canvas and to go through all your PowerPoint lectures, support materials, the exercises, okay? Final statement. Okay, try to avoid procrastination, okay? It is not uncommon to participate in the course to mistakenly interpret that Sunday evening deadlines as indicated and work on only be completed on the weekends. And also, of course, the syllabus could change. If I change something in the syllabus, I will let you know as soon as possible. So, after this, read the concourse syllabus for this course available on Canvas on Module 0 and answer the concourse syllabus for your first 20 points. At the final assignment again, you cannot learn math by just going to class and watching the instructor lecture and work problems. You must be actively involved in the learning process. If you are not going to be actively involved in this process of learning math, both inside and outside the online room, then you will have some kind of trouble by passing any class. Okay? And math is not an spectator sport. The only way to learn math is to do math. So, if you have any question, please let me know as soon as possible. I'll be waiting. Bye.